Keep watching to see how I created this. Hi everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Soraya. Today's video is an acrylic pour and enhancement, and I love the way it turned out. I had a bit of a trouble with it, and you'll see that in the video. I've got commentary throughout, and I sing, so keep watching to the end. Okay, so today I'm working on an 18-inch by 18-inch canvas that's 45 centimeters by 45, and it's a gallery wrap. And you can see that I have a lot of colors here. And my intention is to do a kind of a river that I swipe, mountain range, and then a sky. And I'm going to blow the mountains and the sky, and I'm going to just swipe the river here. So the colors that I'm using are a Paynes gray. That's for the river, as well as this, which is a grayish blue. And a artist Loft, which is just in these little tubs because I've done another project and they were left over. And then a burnt sienna, and that's the kind of river. And then the mountain range is this light olive green, a white artist Loft, and then again leftover paint, and I don't remember what it is, but it's green. And then the sky are all leftover. It's a dark blue, kind of a medium blue, and then an artist Loft, white artist Loft. All right, so just gonna start glowing and wish me luck. So right off the bat, I should have known something was gonna go wrong because I swiped in the wrong direction. You'll see that this swipe and pour changes and keeps changing, and I keep trying. I didn't give up, and I'm glad in the end I didn't give up, but that's how it goes some days. I wasn't happy the way that swipe turned out, so I thought I'd just blow it out, and it was a mistake. This guy too, I kept changing and working on it. It just wasn't going with the vision that I had in my head. Not sure why I thought it was a good idea to put all that burnt sienna down, but there you go, live and learn. Sometimes it's a really hard decision to make that initial scrape because you've already invested a lot of time, a lot of paint, but the lesson is you've learned something. The more time I spent on this, the more I realized it's just not working. and make the call to scrape it, clean it off as best as possible, and start again. So this time around, I took a minute to go back to the vision in my head and try and work on that and keep things going in that direction. Okay, well, you could see that I was having a very bad day today, just not working out the way I had thought. And it happens. It happens to everybody. And, you know, I'm still not 100% loving this. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to come back to it and see by enhancing it if I can get it to look the way I wanted it to look. And I did have some lovely areas the very first time, but the more I played with it, the more muddy it became, and just didn't like it anymore. So I had to scrape the whole thing off. Anyway, loving this water now. Not too sure about this land mass area here. And the sky is not bad, but I can improve upon it. It's just too white right here. And yeah, so I'm going to have to let it dry, and I'll see you back here in a minute. So it's still wet, and I just didn't like the sky, so I thought I just poured this on right now off camera, and I'm gonna blow it now. Okay, much happier with that. Beautiful sky now. Beautiful. Don't like this part here, really. I'm gonna work on that a little bit more. Maybe get a different green. At this point, when I started blowing, I almost panicked again, because there was this big blob of green and it looked terrible, and I had visions of having to scrape the whole thing off again. And there were some very, very beautiful parts in this. So I'm glad I kept going. You can see that I'm adding more paint, and another lesson learned. That bit of blue in the middle ended up being one of my favorite parts of this painting. Okay, so I just had to work on that sky a little bit more, and I'm a lot happier with the way that looks. And then this valley and the water, and I just have to work on it once it's dry to kind of bring it together. It doesn't look the way I want it to look yet, but I'm a lot happier with it than before. Some days are just like this. See you in a sec. Okay, so that took 2 days to dry, and I absolutely love the way it looks so far. I love this area in here. It looks like the water is just kind of spilling down and into this valley, pardon me. And the sky is really interesting, a little bit different for me. And I'm going to play around right here in this area here. And I don't think I'm going to do too much with the river rushing by. I love the way that looks. I might do something along here, and I'm not too happy with this area here. So that's what I'm going to be working on to enhance this. In trying to clean up that area in the painting, I ended up changing that portion of the sky, and you'll see that the sky does change as well later on. Even though I really love this area that I'm working on, I felt it needed to change to reflect my vision once again. I wanted that water to come flowing down from that corner down. Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore trees. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me while I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. I started working in this area of the painting, the bank of the river, just to add more interest. So I added these details and tried to make it a little bit more realistic. Acrylic paint doesn't take very long to dry, and I had left this area to dry just a little longer and went back to it, and that's what I'm doing here, just finishing it off and having that water come splashing down. I'm just adding a little bit more detail by stippling the paint down and then adding a couple more rocks. So as you can see here, the sky has changed quite a bit, and I took part of that sky and turned it into a mountain, which I thought turned out pretty well. I was sorry to see that lovely sky go after I had worked on it so hard, but it did work a lot better this way. If you want some quick splashes, get an old toothbrush, put some paint on, and flick away. Okay, and here it is all finished. It took me a while to get here, but I am thrilled with it. I just love the way it looks now. You just have to persevere, and sometimes you get those bad days, but in the end, it's all worth it because I have this beauty. And I did change the sky. I was working on it, did not like it, and I transformed that part of the sky as part of a mountain range back there. It looks like snow is coming over. I added these rocks all along the bank here, and I didn't touch this area at all because I just loved it. Some splashes coming down from the river that's going by, and I just think it looks beautiful. I emphasized these areas here where it kind of looks like rocks to me, as well as here. And I am super, super happy with it now. If you click on the link you see now, you'll see more of my enhanced pours. Check out my new Facebook group called Soraya Silvestri Artist, Amazing Abstracts and Pours. Promote your art. The link is in the description area below.